Welcome to the Test Down. I'm Tez. As you guys can see, I'm here. It's bright and it's early, and we got a show for y'all today. So, in today's episode of the show, give y'all a quick little test down on what we got to do. In today's episode of the show, we're going to talk about what happened with the FBI raiding multiple gambling rings and some of the people who are involved with it. One being, the famous Chauncey Billups. He's currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers. And I don't know what's going to happen there, but he wasn't the only one. So there's a couple other players that were involved in this, as well as more random people. We'll be getting more information about this. This just happened this morning. So we're going to talk about it bright and early in the morning. Let's go. Let's make it happen, y'all. I want to see everything that has to do with this. And I want to make sure that that by the time that we're done, we get a little bit more understanding as to why. So let's check out this press conference on why this happened and what's going on, and how Chauncey Billups figures into this.
I'm now going to turn the podium over to FBI Director Kashed Patel.
Good old Cash is involved once again.
Good morning. Today we are here in New York to announce a historic arrest across a wide-sweeping criminal enterprise that envelops both the NBA and La Casa Nostra. The men and women up here standing with me represent a small portion of the leadership team that brought profound justice in an era that needed it more than any.
So he just said La Cosa Nostra. If you guys don't know what La Cosa Nostra is, he's talking about the mafia in the United States. Yeah, it's commonly what it's referred to, and I'm starting to see that something might be a little bit wrong with this situation. You know what I'm saying? Something might not be so good about this, but we're gonna check it out some more, y'all.
I'll just highlight some of the details in the case and the FBI work, and then you'll hear from the others. But as you now know, individuals such as Chauncey Billups, Damon Jones, and Terry Rozier were taken into custody today. Former, current NBA players and coaches. What you don't know is that this is an illegal gambling operation and sports rigging operation that spanned the course of years. The FBI led a coordinated takedown across 11 states to arrest over 30 individuals today responsible for this case, which is very much ongoing. Not only did we crack into the fraud that these perpetrators committed on the grand stage of the NBA, but we also entered and executed a system of justice against La Casa Nostra to include the Bonanno, Gambino, Genovese, and Lucchese crime families. And you'll hear more about those details today. The charges and the arrests that were taken down across this country range from wire fraud, money laundering, extortion, robbery, illegal gambling. This FBI will leave no room for any perpetrator of crime in the country. You hear a lot about our work of defending the homeland and crushing violent crime. Well, this work is also representative of a colossal portion of the FBI's mandate to keep America safe and to keep our entertainment industry fair and secure. The men and women that are standing up here today worked tireless hours, days, months, and years. And the fraud is mind-boggling. It's not hundreds of dollars. It's not thousands of dollars. It's not tens of thousands of dollars. It's not even millions of dollars. We're talking about tens of millions of dollars in fraud and theft.
Tens of millions of dollars in fraud?
Across a multi-year investigation. And we could not have done it without our interagency partners that are before us today. The NYPD, HSI, and teams of law enforcement officials from around the country made this day possible. It takes a team to bring this kind of justice, sweeping justice, into the halls of the United States courtrooms, where our brave United States attorney has led this prosecution. It takes courageous prosecutors to stand before you and say, we will not allow this kind of illicit activity to happen, not only at the national sporting level, but also where it hides in La Casa Nostra. And when these two collided together, they perpetrated a fraud that is historic in terms of not just money, but the scheme and the deceit that they utilize to steal and swindle people from money, to include crypto fraud. This is an operation that showcases to you that under President Trump's administration, there is no room for any type of criminal behavior, be it on the world's largest stage or in the back rooms of tiny parlors where card games are being played. We are proud to stand here today with the men and women of the FBI and this legal team. And to the United States Attorney, I just want to thank you personally for taking the time to display the work that the media is about to hear about today in detail. As I said, it does take courageous prosecutors, but it takes a courageous United States Attorney to bring this case, because we are going to take heat for it. But we don't shy away in this administration. We don't say no. What we do is we bring the results across the finish line. We bring them to the public. We bring you accountability. And yes, they will have their day in court, and you will hear the evidence through the court system exclusively. We will not deny anyone of due process. And that's the brilliance of this system. That's the brilliance of this administration. Everyone will be held to account. So with that, I turn it over to United States Attorney Nosella. Thank you.
Thank you, Director Patel. To be clear, we're announcing today indictments in two major cases, both involving fraud. One involves sports betting, and the other involves illegal gambling, very specifically rigged poker games. The first indictment involves 6 defendants who are alleged to have participated in one of the most brazen sports corruption since online sports betting became widely legalized in the United States. This scheme is an insider sports betting conspiracy that exploited confidential information about National Basketball Association athletes and teams. The second indictment involves 31 defendants alleged to have participated in a nationwide scheme to rig illegal poker games. These defendants, which include former professional athletes, used high-tech cheating technology to steal millions of dollars from victims in underground poker games that were secretly fixed. The games in the New York area were backed by the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese crime families of La Cosa Nostra. While the cases are separate, there are 3 overlapping defendants charged in both cases: Damon Jones, Eric Ernest, and Shane Hennon. The indictments in these cases contain only allegations, and the defendants are presumed innocent until they are proven guilty in a court of law. But my message to the defendants who've been rounded up today is this: your winning streak has ended. Your luck has run out. Violating the law is a losing proposition, and you can bet on that. First, I would like to talk about United States versus Ernest, the NBA basketball gambling case. The defendants in this case are Eric Ernest, Marvez Farley, Shane Hennon, DeNiro Laster, Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach, and Terry Rozier, a current NBA player. Other co-conspirators were previously charged for their roles in the scheme, including former NBA player Jonte Porter. Between December 2022 and March 2024, these defendants perpetrated a scheme to defraud by betting on inside, non-public information about NBA athletes and teams. The non-public information included when specific players would be sitting out future games, or when they would pull themselves out early for purported injuries or illnesses. They relied on corrupt individuals, including Jones and Rozier. They also misused information obtained through long-standing friendships that they had with NBA players and coaches. And in at least one instance, they got their information by threatening a current player, Porter, because of his pre-existing gambling debts. Defendants used this non-public information to place hundreds of thousands of dollars in fraudulent bets, mostly in the form of prop bets on individual player performance. The bets were placed through online sports books and also in person at casinos. The defendants relied on a network of straw bettors to place the maximum amount of bets to increase their potential profits. Most of these bets succeeded, and the intended losses were in the millions of dollars. The defendants then laundered their illegal winnings in various ways: peer-to-peer platforms, bank wires, and simple cash exchanges. The indictment details specific examples where the defendants profited from illegal gambling and illegal betting on various NBA games about the performance of players on, among other things, the Charlotte Hornets, the Portland Trail Blazers, the Los Angeles Lakers, and the Toronto Rangers. Each defendant in the NBA basketball gambling case has been charged with conspiracy to commit wire fraud and conspiracy to commit money laundering. Now, I would like to turn to the other case, United States versus Aiello, the rigged poker game case. Beginning as early as 2019, the defendants in this case orchestrated a scheme to use wireless cheating technology to run rigged poker games across the United States, including in the Hamptons, Las Vegas, Miami, and Manhattan. The scheme targeted victims known as, quote, fish, who were often lured to participate in these rigged games by the chance to play alongside former professional athletes who were known as, quote, face cards. The so-called face cards included the defendant Chauncey Billups, who at the time of the scheme was a former NBA player and is currently the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers, and also Damon Jones, a former NBA player and coach. What the victims, the fish, didn't know is that everybody else at the poker game, from the dealer to the players, including the face cards, were in on the scam. Once the game was underway, the defendants fleeced the victims out of tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars per game. The defendants used a variety of very sophisticated cheating technologies, some of which were provided by other defendants in exchange for a share of the profits from the scheme. For example, they used off-the-shelf shuffling machines that had been secretly altered in order to read the cards in the deck, predict which player at the table had the best poker hand.
See, so what we're talking about here is high-level gambling and high-level fixing. So this is a multi-level fix that's been going on. And we've been talking about this type of thing for months, maybe even years, about how certain sports are fixed and that they're not real. We've said that certain things that happen in sports don't make any sense. I would guarantee, matter of fact, I would hazard a bet that they're going to come out with more people. I want them to hit the NFL. I really do. I want them to go after the NFL, because I guarantee you that at some level, the NFL has the exact same problem. I guarantee you at some level, the NFL has the exact same problem. So that's really just what I want to point out and what I want to say about it. You know what I mean? I don't think that this guy is necessarily giving us all the information that we need. I think that a lot of information that we need is being left out. And I also think that there are more people involved in this, they're saying. But the fact that they went and got, primarily Chauncey Billups this morning, and we do not know if he's allowed to bond out. We do not know the situation with this, if he's going to be suspended by the NBA. I don't know. Especially because in Chauncey Billups' case, it wasn't betting on basketball. It was playing poker in these organized mafia poker games. So we don't know what's going to happen there. But, this is major sports news today. We're going to watch a little bit more of it.
And relay that information to an off-site operator. The off-site operator sent the information via cell phone back to a co-conspirator at the table, and that person at the table was known as the quarterback. The quarterback then signaled secretly the information he had received from to others at the table, and together they used that information in order to win their games and to cheat the victims. Defendants used other cheating technologies, such as poker chip tray analyzers, which is a poker chip tray that secretly reads cards using a hidden camera, special contact lenses or eyeglasses that could read pre-marked cards, and an X-ray table that could read cards face down on the table. What you see depicted on the screen right now is an example of the X-ray table that reveals the cards. Although they are face down on the table, they can be read because of the X-ray technology.
That's crazy.
The
X-ray for
mafia,
cards?
specifically members and associates of the Bonanno, Gambino, and Genovese organized crime families, had pre-existing control over non-rigged, illegal poker games around New York City. As a result, they also became involved in the rigged poker games, helping to organize the games and taking a cut of the proceedings, and working to enforce the collection of debts. The defendants laundered their proceeds, including through cash exchanges, the use of multiple shell companies, and through cryptocurrency transfers. As part of the scheme, some of the defendants and their co-conspirators also committed acts of violence, including the gunpoint robbery of a person in order to obtain a rigged shuffling machine, and extortions that were perpetrated against victims in order to ensure that they repaid their gambling debts. Defendants who participated in the rigged poker scheme are charged with wire fraud conspiracy. Other defendants have been charged with crimes including illegal gambling, money laundering, Hobbs Act robbery, and extortions. This case demonstrates our office's unrelenting commitment to fighting the scourge of organized crime in whatever form it takes.
So let's break this down for a second. One of the major things that stood out to me was that he named major, both fictionalized but also very real crime families that are a part of the mafia in the United States and even abroad. So this is a multi-level organizational thing that's going on. My question is, how do you even get involved with these type of things? I mean, is this really another society for the elite rich? I mean, it's starting to get a little bit crazy. So I'm just, I'm trying to figure this out for myself. I'm getting new information about this as we speak and as we watch this together, because this is brand new. This just came out. We're just trying to figure out what's going on.
Today is not just another takedown. It's the result of more than 2 years of coordinated investigative work by the NYPD's Joint Organized Crime Task Force and the FBI. 2 cases that exposed criminal networks led by 34 individuals who believed the rules did not apply to them. They hid behind layers of complexity, behind money, and behind influence, believing those things would shield them from accountability. The first case, Operation Nothing But Bet, exposed a gambling ring built around professional basketball, where players and associates allegedly used inside information to manipulate prop bets on major sports betting platforms. They placed wagers on unders on players to score less, rebound less, assist less, using information that was not yet public. In some instances, players altered their performance or took themselves out of games to make sure that those bets paid out. One example occurred on March 23rd, 2023 in Charlotte. Terry Rozier, an NBA player now with the Miami Heat, but at the time playing for the Hornets, allegedly let others close to him know that he planned to leave the game early with a supposed injury. Using that information, members of the group placed more than $200,000 in wagers on his under statistics. Rozier exited the game after just 9 minutes, and those bets paid out, generating tens of thousands of dollars in profit. The proceeds were later delivered to his home, where the group counted their cash. As the NBA season tips off.
Yeah, see, Terry Rozier, his situation is a lot different than Chauncey Billups. Terry Rozier is probably never going to be able to play again. When they said that and there's evidence that he took himself out of the game without having an injury, and this has been going on for the last couple of years. This is not the first NBA player that has gotten caught doing this and literally fixing the games. Like this is on level of the Black Sox scandal from 100 years ago. Being a Chicagoan, it's still talked about to this day. But this is something that's crazy. I'm not really understanding what's going to happen next, but I know that there's going to be way more that comes out of this, and I guarantee you, it's not just limited to poker and basketball. I guarantee you it's not just limited to poker and basketball. I would hazard a guess that this is part of every major sport, not just in America, but also worldwide.
His career is already benched, not for injury, but for integrity. As a result of this investigation, 6 defendants, including Rozier, are now facing conspiracy to commit bank and wire fraud. In a second case, Operation Zen Diagram, investigators uncovered a long-running scheme in which members and associates of several well-known organized crime families rigged high-stakes poker games across the country. These operatives included capos and multiple soldiers from the Bonanno, Gambino, Lucchese, and Genovese crime families, bringing 4 of the 5 families together in a single indictment is extraordinarily rare. It reflects how deep and how far this investigation reached and the skill and the persistence it took to get here. That work uncovered a deliberate, technologically sophisticated operation designed to carry out their crimes. They used custom shuffling machines that could read the order of cards, barcoded decks, and hidden cameras built into tables and light fixtures. The organizers also enlisted well-known public figures, former and current NBA players and coaches, including Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, an NBA champion and a Hall of Famer, to make the games appear legitimate. Victims believed that they were sitting at a fair table. Instead, they were cheated out of millions. One victim in particular lost $1.8 million. In total, losses exceeded $7 million and continue to climb. And when people refused to pay, these defendants did what organized crime has always done. They used threats, they used intimidation, and they used violence. It's the same pattern that we have seen for decades. Traditional mob enforcement methods combined with new technology to expand the reach of their operations.
It's not popular to go after some of the defendants that we went after today, but justice is served blindly. And how do we countermand that? Simple. The unsealing of these indictments today shows the force of the Department of Justice and our great Attorney General and the leadership that we have at the FBI and the team here to specifically mete out justice. And look, let's not, mince words. This is the insider trading saga for the NBA. That's what this is. That's why we're going to take heat.
Yes, it is.
But as the evidence comes out, as the indictments are unsealed, you will see the extensive work these men and women put in, countless hours over years, and that's how we countermand it.
So the dates on these indictments are getting filed are October 9th and October 16th.
So as you guys can hear, they've been talking about this for years. And I guess they've been investigating these same players for years. I really do want to see what comes of this. Kash Patel's in here doing Kash Patel stuff. And I mean, I know how everybody feels about Kash Patel right now. He's not very good at his job. So maybe this is him trying to catch a win, in the middle of, him failing a lot, in my opinion. It's kind of what it sounds like to me. It kind of sounds like it's him trying to catch a win.
Can you talk about the timing of moving in now? Why now?
We will not publicly discuss the timing of when we do takedowns. I will only say that we do takedowns in a coordinated fashion with our law enforcement partners and the U.S. Attorney at the appropriate time to make sure that we ensure the integrity of the investigation, as the United States Attorney said, an investigation that is very much ongoing.
Director Patel, you said insider trading for the NBA. What are the implications of this case for other sports leagues and for the legal gambling industry in general?
Simple. If you're participating in the legal gambling industry, you got nothing to worry about. If you're participating in illegal conduct, you got everything to worry about, and this case shows it.
So, I mean, thanks ESPN for showing us the video about what was going on here. I'm still to this day, still trying to figure out what's going on with sports betting and how it became legal so fast in all of these states. I'm not sure. I'm also not sure, what they're going to do to these players and these guys who did this. But I know one thing. I know that when we get to the bottom of what happened and why they waited so long to arrest them or stop them, allow them to keep taking jobs and keep signing contracts for the NBA, there's going to be a lot of questions there. The NBA might even countersue the federal government. There's a good chance of, especially if there are some high profile level players, way higher profile than Terry Rozier, that are involved. Imagine if, a KD or somebody got involved. I'm not saying that they did. I don't know anything about it. I'm not accusing anybody. Everything here is already alleged. But let's just say that allegedly one of these guys were involved. Let's say allegedly, maybe even King James was involved. I'm calling him that for the purpose of nicknames. Okay, guys, not because I believe that he's an actual king of any country or persons or anything like that, except for, the Bron Exuals. The Bron Exuals love Bron. As you guys are well aware of, there's a lot of crazy stuff that they say too. So I'm just saying this is huge. We're going to be monitoring it for the next couple of days. Chauncey Billups, man, more power to you, I guess, bro. Like, try to get good. Terry Rozier, man, your career is over. Like she said, you got benched. So, chat, we're going to move on now. We're going to move on to the next subject. That's a little bit, anytime the Fed's involved, it's a little bit rough, don't you think? I do. I really do. The next section that we're going to go into, it's a section that I think that needs to be talked about a little bit more. And that's so often on all of our shows, we talk about the relationships and the roles that you play inside of a relationship, whether it be man-woman relationships or anything else. So in this relationship that we're going to meet today, we're going to meet two people who have reversed the gender roles, but not just reversed them sometimes, reversed them completely. Reverse them completely, and we're going to see how that works. You guys in there, hit the like button. I mean, I see you guys in the chat. Hit the like button. I want to see what y'all can do. You know what I mean? That would be great for me. It's a lot of y'all in there. Not a lot of likes. I need the likes. So I'm just keeping it real. I need them. So you guys, let's meet this couple and see how they get down.
This is Merrin. She fell in love with James.
I'm a masculine presenting woman.
And I am a feminine presenting straight man. I guess people perceive us as weird.
So, okay, let's break it down a little bit, guys. So she is a masculine presenting woman and he is a feminine presenting straight man. I don't really know how that works, but I would hazard a guess that this is a little bit different for what most people would say what a straight relationship is. But she says she's not gay, and neither is he. So let's dive into it a little bit more. I mean, today's episode is not going to be as long as usual, but we want to see what this is all about. Let's go.
Couple, because we don't follow the regular status quo, and we don't look like how they want us to look.
The couple met through TikTok, and despite not being each other's usual types,
I was identifying as gay because it was easier than explaining all the ins and outs of who I was.
I've only dated girls in the past.
The most frequent question we get is, who is the woman? Or like, who is the girl? Who is the boy? Who is the man?
Hi. I miss you. How's your flight?
Fine. Hungry.
Hi, I'm Marin, and this is my boyfriend James. I'm a masculine presenting woman.
And I am a feminine presenting straight man.
Merrin and James met online after a chance comment from Merrin on TikTok sparked a conversation between the pair.
I just was posting different pictures of myself, like dress femme, dress mask, and I had commented on this other masculine girl's TikTok who was talking about how she thought that femme men were cute. And I was like, oh my God, girl, you're talking about me, honey.
And then I saw his comment under that video. That's how I got to his profile. And then I saw his videos and I was like, I'll just flirt with him just for fun.
But I was also thinking in my head, like, this is just gonna be a fun little thing that happens for a couple days and then it'll be over with. I never thought that it would be a real thing.
With a connection this strong, Merrin and James were keen to meet. And even after their first date, this couple knew their relationship was going to be something special, despite not being each other's usual type.
Yeah. I like to make the joke that I came out the womb masculine because
Honey was wearing boy clothes in elementary school.
So I've only dated girls in the past. I'm very much attracted to femininity as a whole. I love that just his energy is very feminine. Like sometimes he'll like this is not, the little jacket's not feminine, but the way he's acting is feminine.
My sexuality was all over the place, very much. In high school, I was like this full straight, like almost hyper masculine version of myself where like I was still one of the girls. However, I was pulling girls. And then I got to college and I was like, yeah, that ain't it. Not for me. So I was identifying as gay because it was easier than explaining all the ins and outs of who I was. Like never really just jumped all in with a man. I never had any interest in doing that.
So basically what he's saying is that like he prefers to be girly, but he's not interested in men. And so he identified as part of the community because he wanted to fit in, I guess. He didn't want to answer questions about, his, actuality all the time. And I can't really say that, there's anything wrong with that. It's not for me. Obviously, I'm not necessarily presenting anything other than who I am. I present as Tez. If y'all didn't know, y'all didn't realize by now, I present as Tez. So, I mean, it's kind of I kind of question a little bit as to what is the goal and what's the purpose. And but from the looks of it, their relationship seems to work out just fine. I got questions. We're gonna reserve all judgment, but we're gonna ask them questions and we're gonna keep on watching because I think this is interesting.
So when the world went on shutdown in 2020, I was on TikTok constantly, like everybody was. And I was like, oh my God, these TikTok lesbians are so fine. So that's like the first time I was exposed to like masculinity through a woman.
Now, Merrin and James have been dating long distance for over a year.
Merrin does the cooking.
Yes.
I have cooked.
One time.
I cooked for Valentine's Day.
Yes.
And it was bomb. Sometimes I come on a Saturday and I'll leave on a Monday, so I'm here for a good little minute. I guess people perceive us as weird as a couple because we don't follow the regular status quo. And we don't
No, y'all
look
definitely
like
don't.
how they want us to look or how they would
Y'all
expect us to
definitely
look.
don't follow the regular status quo.
You were hungry. I'm stealing it.
Nothing is ever truly yours.
I'm glad that we're eating now because I feel like it would have had to wait a long time at Nice Guys.
Now I say,
She
I have a
cooked.
girlfriend. That's the end of that's the response. I have a girlfriend. So why do you dress the way that you do? Because I like it. I like to be cute. Period. Made the first TikTok August 6th of 2021 in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico. So I posted all these pictures of us together. And I woke up the next morning and we had over 1 million views. And I said, babe, this is not happening. I think people saw in the video that I had on still.
So yeah, I mean, they have, aside from their aesthetics, they seem to have a pretty traditional relationship. Aside from the aesthetics, I mean, I can't really say that they don't. I mean, what does it look like to y'all? Does it look like the same thing to you? It looks like to me.
Stilettos, and she looked like a boy.
In the beginning, people would say like they're just best friends. They're doing this for views.
The most frequent question we get.
There's a lot of this comes back to the dark side of content creation that we were just talking about the other day. There's a lot of people that seem to believe that almost everyone on the internet is doing everything just for views. I'm not one of those people that believes that. I feel like I can spot the fakes out pretty easily just by what they create. And nothing looks real. Everything's too polished. This is not polished in my opinion. This is just two people who are in a relationship who actually love each other from the looks of it, for who they are, making content. So, I want to hear a little bit more about it, but I do believe that there are lots of content creators who make stuff just for views. I don't think this is the case.
It is who is the woman, or like who is the girl, who is the boy, who is the man.
It was so frequent. We were like, how stupid would that be if we made a YouTube video with the title, Who's the Woman?
Who is the woman? She identifies as a woman, I identify as a man. The only thing different is our presentation. But it has like 40,000
40,000 views.
I want to wear my white heels.
What's up, Big Phil? How you doing?
Should I do that one, or should I do this one? I like this little.
It's a packed house in here.
Literally, it's very much
Chat
like a mix
333
of
filing in. How you doing?
masculine and feminine. Because like I don't like to wear dresses and like that, but I love a flowing garment, honey. Like a long flowing garment is gonna get me every time. But at the same time, I'm not gonna put on a ball gown. No, that's not me. Marin likes to match me. Marin will inadvertently watch me get dressed first, just so she can see what I'm gonna put on so she can match me without asking.
My style's very like streetwear, yeah, for sure.
Like I'll have on a stiletto, and she wants to wear Jordans every time. There is no big hoopla around our relationship. We are really just two people that dress differently, but the rest of our relationship is the same.
And I feel like, because none of our friends like ever felt like the way people are commenting on our TikToks. They're like, it's so regular, like it's so normal, which it is. We just dress differently. I don't mind our relationship being public just because I feel like we get.
I mean, y'all are
I like
making
being
a lot of
recognized
money
in
off
public.
of
It's
it.
fun.
I mean, we really only show what we want.
Yeah.
Like, they don't see the entirety of our relationship. I don't know if it will be hate at this.
I mean, when you really look at it, it's not just that that about the way they dressed at all. So they're like, we don't mind people seeing our relationship. I mean, well, obviously you make money off people seeing your relationship. So while I do believe that like your relationship is a real one and that you're not just doing this for content, obviously you're going to post as much as you can, especially if you're getting attention, whether it be positive or negative. I would. I mean, especially if it was about making money, and when you're getting that many views, neither one of you really need to have a job at that point. It's always good to have one, but you don't need to have a job when you make that much money just off people looking at your content. So the fact that they can have a regular life, be a regular couple, and still make money off of content, that's more than enough reason for them to keep doing this. And by doing this, I don't mean the way they dress. I'm just talking about them making videos and them getting views and them having a little bit of thicker skin when people make comments. Like if you found the love of your life that would accept you for the way you are, and you found the love of your life that would accept you for the way you are, you don't like dating men, you don't like dating women. And I meant that like the guy doesn't like dating men, the woman doesn't like dating women. And so they find what they want, but the reverse. So he wasn't looking for a feminine woman because he's a feminine man. She wasn't looking for a masculine man because she's a masculine woman. And so basically their roles just reversed a little bit, and now they're happy. I mean, it's baffling to my mind, because my brain doesn't work that way, but I can see how this would be beneficial for both people. I truly do.
Point.
Yeah. More just like jokes and curiosity.
It's not like, F you, you don't deserve to be alive. No, we don't get that.
Yeah, I knew about their relationship, seeing it on TikTok. I mean, everybody did.
I think Marin and James's relationship works because they have really open communication. I feel like if either of them have an issue, they're just very open and can talk to each other about it. Yeah, I feel like since seeing...
I don't even think it's just the open communication that they have that makes their relationship good. It's the fact of the matter that, number one, let's point out a big major fact here. Number one, what they're looking for in a person is very rare. What they're looking for in a person is very rare. So the odds of, and they know this, the odds of them finding what they want, take a note, ladies, the odds of them finding what they want are so rare that they would rather make it work with the person that they met, even if it's a long distance, even if everything doesn't line up the right way, even if, getting to learn each other and be with each other and respect each other and make a choice to have this relationship, it has changed everything for the both of them. And I think that them knowing how to work it out makes their communication style stronger because they know I might not find this again, maybe never. So they make it work. I think the illusion of options is one of the main issues that people have in today's society when it comes to finding a partner. They all have an illusion of options, and that's half of the problem. You don't have as many options as you think. They know for a fact that they didn't have as many options as they thought, so they make things work. But I think that they genuinely do care about and genuinely do love each other.
In this relationship and being friends with Marin, it just makes me realize that I feel like people can be made for each other,
Being in this relationship has taught me that there's a wide spectrum when it comes to sexuality and all that it encompasses.
We got some comments, yo. Let's read the comments. Let's see what the comments got to say. Let's get some more dialogue in here. Tracy J said he's married now to a different masculine woman and she's pregnant. Pretty sure I saw that recently. Okay, if you got a stream for that, go ahead and drop that in the chat. If you got if you have a link or anything, drop it in the chat so we can check it out. Because I definitely will check that out to see where they're at now. Souls of Thoughts in here. What's up, Souls 333 in the building? How you feeling, Souls? What's on the stream? I'm not sure. Souls. All I know is we're in here and there's a lot. So I have no idea. No clue. But so far, this is what we're doing today. You missed the Chauncey Billups and the FBI raiding lots of different places and showing the mafia ties. Go ahead and check that out if you get the chance to today. But man, we've come so far. We got a whole story that we need to finish.
Bye. Honey, it's so much more.
Honestly, I think this relationship taught me that there was a lot more fluidity to me than I thought. To anyone who is judgmental of us or doesn't approve, I really don't care.
You're paying a bill.
You're paying my light bill.
And I'm cashing the check.
And I'm laughing at your comment anyways because either it was funny or it was dumb enough to where it wasn't funny. And I'm still laughing. So, yeah.
Love that for you.
All right, guys. So, we should talk about this for a little bit. Not because I feel like anything is wrong with it. I don't. He said that's because he didn't kiss the ring like Gil. Yeah, he didn't kiss the ring like Gil. No, he didn't. I feel like their relationship is, from everything outside from the way they dress, is kind of normal. Everything outside from the way they dress. But I think, once again, it comes down to the fact that he just likes dressing like a girl, not being gay. She likes dressing like a man, doesn't like dating women. She dated women, didn't like it. And it seems like it worked out just great. We could try to find something on them to see how they're doing. I'm currently searching right now to try to find something. Let's see what we can come up with. Let's see if there's anything that we could come up with. What's the name of their show? Okay, so all right, so I found some stuff. I found some stuff. So apparently the same guy, I guess, is in a different relationship now, and we're gonna take a look at what that relationship looks like.
Feminine presenting man.
I'm James, and I'm a femme-ish man that married a masculine woman. I identify as straight, although it's questioned by pretty much everybody in my comments all the time. But it's like, they don't really know me. I would say Danny is probably the most feminine, masculine presenting woman that I've ever been with. My thing is, I still want to be with a woman. I like the fact that she's in touch with her femininity. So we met. At the time, I was doing TikTok lives. We started talking and chatting it up. And then, like a month later, I flew to Kentucky. And then we hung out for 4 days, got married. 9 times out of 10, I'm the one that's gonna catch the eye of the public. So it's mostly like, is he really with her? Like, is this a couple? Are they friends? Or is he with her as a cover-up?
But usually when we're walking by, they'll stop and say at him, and I'll give them an ugly look because I don't like it, because I know they're judging him.
But I mean, look at us, we're gorgeous. Why wouldn't you stare?
I'm Danny, and I'm...
All right, I mean, so that part kind of casts a little bit of doubt. That part casts a little bit of doubt. We don't have it in here yet. I mean, this is the one from before, but I don't really know what's going on here. Like, some people in the comment section are saying that it's a skit still, that it's fake, that they're not really together, that that's not their baby. I don't know. I don't think that's any of my business. But let's see if we can type it in and find it. Maybe that'll help us out. All right, this is not the same family, so. All right, let's
What's
go.
up, G-Way? In the cut with my twin, we be vibing. Classy bitch, but they know I be outside with it. What's up, G-Way? In the cut.
All right, I guess that's somebody else. I don't know. This is starting to look like it's not this might not be legit, yo. I'm just saying, it might not be legit. It might not be legit at all. And I don't see anything else on this about it, but you know, if anybody else can give us some insight.
Thing nowadays, people meeting on social media.
Well, your caption said looking for a wife.
It was. And what did I get? A wife, period. I was being my loud, obnoxious self. And then she DM'd me on our first date. We went and got our nails done.
Yeah, we got our nails done. We got matching nails.
And then we went and got tacos at a margarita tower.
And I was drunk.
That following May, I moved out here. And by the end of May, she was pregnant. Welcome.
Oh.
Welcome to my restaurant.
4 weeks.
Come on, Chicky. Hey, Chicky baby. I feel like we don't really have necessarily like roles.
Yeah, I would say it's kind of opposite. Like, people would think that I would, you know, cook.
So, who would you say wears the pants? So to speak.
I would say we both wear shorts.
Yeah. Oh, I like that.
Right?
Yeah, we both wear shorts. So on March 4th, 2024, we went to Petco randomly. We were looking at cats and we found a cute one and I was like, can we just take it home?
Facts. Y'all hit that.
And she was like, well, we have to find a home first. And then I was like, well, you said we had to get married in order to get a home. And you were like, well, I already said I would marry you.
And then we went on our way to the courthouse.
And then we were married. That's your parents' love story. And then a couple months later, you were here. We were theoretically talking about having a kid. We were like, yeah, it would be cool to have a kid. Like, we're in a position where we'd be able to sustain a kid. And then it happened. And we were like, oh, we're really having a baby. The last time I did this, I was very fat. And then I moved out here. And by the end of May, she was pregnant.
I think it was a couple months after we met that I got pregnant.
I think Danny forced me to just, for lack of a better word, grow the hell up. This one guy came up and he was like, how do you do that? There's so much hair on your head. And I was like, the same way you do it. I just put it in a ponytail. But I mean, look at us, we're gorgeous. Why wouldn't you stare?
I was not expecting Danny to be Danny. Like, I was like, oh, okay, so Danny's Danny's a man, and then I met Danny, and Danny was not a man. Danny was a woman.
Hey, you said you had some things to ask me. What's up?
What drew you to James? Like coming from just liking.
Okay, maybe there are more options than we thought for people who are, was it, what do you say, masculine presenting or feminine presenting masculine? Or I really don't know the term to use there, but maybe there is options for people. So if someone, yeah, there we go. Plug just booked the Chi-Town flight. Hey, y'all definitely coming to Chicago, and we're gonna have a good time, y'all. So I mean, I guess there's something there. Maybe there are more options than we thought. So maybe my whole soliloquy about not having a lot of options and people learn how to work things out, maybe I was wrong about that, but I don't know. I just found out about this today, so I can't really tell you, exactly what's going on there. What I can do, and what I most certainly will do, is I will have y'all get ready for the question of the day while we go to our random video of the day. We got time for the random video of the day. Let's do it. I don't know what it is yet. We're going to find out. Let's just go to TikTok story time. Random story of the day. Who do we want to land on, y'all? Let's go to this one.
So, me and my boyfriend met over a year ago. We've been having fun this past year. We really enjoy each other's company. We're basically in love. We talked a lot about marriage and kids and a future together, and that's pretty much where we're headed. The only problem is that he's married. So he's been married for 16 years, but him and his wife have completely lost connection with each other. They don't hang out, they don't go out on dates. He's not really attracted to her. And so pretty much I've just been waiting for him to go ahead and get the divorce so that me and him can get married. And that's pretty much what's going to happen next. The only reason why I haven't pushed back is because his wife is the breadwinner. And so she'll give him like a weekly allowance, and it's a lot of money. She makes a lot of money. So he gets a weekly allowance from her. And with that allowance, he's able to, like take me out on dates. Sometimes every now and then when we can, we'll travel. She travels a lot for work. And so when she's traveling, we'll take that opportunity to go and do a vacation for us. He buys me gifts. He recently just got me, maybe 2 months ago, he got me an apartment in River Oaks, and he got me a new car to drive. Well, anyway, things have been going fine, and we weren't really having any issues. I mean, we never really suspected that she was on to us, but she found out about the affair, and she found some explicit photos and some explicit videos of me on his iPad. So since she found the explicit photos and the explicit videos, she went ahead and got mad at him. She filed for divorce. And at this point, I pretty much just had decided to stick with him, because as soon as they get their divorce, then me and him are going to get married. And that's pretty much how the plan has always gone. I mean, just because he's cheated on her doesn't mean, I know he's not going to do that to me. They're going to get a divorce, and me and him are going to get married. But last week, I was served with their divorce papers. So basically, I've been subpoenaed to go to court for their divorce trial, because they're going to trial because she does not want him to get any of her money, and he feels like he deserves half. And I do too, even though that he cheated, because that really doesn't matter. It doesn't make a difference. But I got subpoenaed to go to their trial to testify about the affair.
Whoa.
What happened during the affair, how much money he spent.
Okay, so let's catch this up, right? Let's catch this up. So, from the looks of what we can see, she has been dating a married man, and then his wife found out. So she knew that he was married, and she didn't care. She just liked the dude for who he was. And now she's getting involved with their court proceedings over their divorce. And I don't know what state this is, because most of the states don't allow this type of thing to happen. I don't think the other person would have to be present for your divorce. But I think we need a little bit more from the story. Don't y'all think so? We want to hear what happens. I for sure do. So let's see what's going on.
He spent on me during the affair, and then they're going to use the explicit videos and photos and basically play them in open court during their trial. And it's just going to
She
be so
most certainly.
embarrassing, and like I cannot let these videos get out. Like my grandmother is going to kill me when she sees this, if she has to see this. So now I'm looking for a lawyer to kind of help me with this whole situation and keep
Big
all
Skull,
of these
you're right.
videos and photos and keep me from having to testify about the affair at trial. My boyfriend, he's the one who actually found me a lawyer, and he's going to pay for it with his wife's money. So money is really not an object.
Whoa, okay. So we just heard something nice. So not only did she, she wasn't the reason that, from what we've heard so far, she wasn't the reason that the wife found, that they were dating. She didn't care about the wife. All she wanted was the fact that she got this cool boyfriend. Obviously, he's a cool boyfriend if she's willing to put up with this. So she got this cool boyfriend, and the wife found out. The wife filed for divorce, and she got subpoenaed to show up, along with all of the evidence that the wife took from the husband's pad on this girl. This girl now says that all she cares about is not getting her personal information out there leaked to the public as a part of a court docket. And he, who is still her boyfriend, is using the wife's money to pay for her lawyer. So this plot is getting thick. This is fatal attraction in real life. She's illusional. Big Skull said, how do you get them is how you lose them. If you cheated on her, he for damn sure would cheat on you. So, Conversation with Soft Rain is in the building, y'all. What's up, Conversation with Soft Rain? How you doing? Hey, you did you let out a lot last night, Soft Rain, and I'm proud of you for being able to come earnestly and honestly talking about the life that you've lived and some of the things and the pitfalls that you've had to deal with and the way that you're trying to get through them. So let's everybody take a second to give Soft Rain a little hand clap. That must have been tough for you. And I mean, I wish I could have been a part of it last night. We had some football stuff that we had to do. It ran very late, and I'm just glad that I was able to, try to do both at the same time. Let's hope that doesn't hurt me in either direction. You know what I'm saying? So you are indeed here. You are indeed here. But this is a good one, so we're gonna get back into the story. Let me know, Soft Rain, if you need another recap. I will gladly recap the situation for you. If you need it, I'll probably end up doing it towards the middle of it anyway. Yeah, nuts.
Need like the best lawyer in town, like as quickly as possible. So yeah, and that's how dumb y'all be sounding after y'all call my office and y'all have been cheating, running around town with a married man, and you think he's gonna marry you after he's cheated on his wife, and you want me to represent you. Absolutely not.
All right, so she told somebody else's story. I'm not sure how legal that is. What's up? She told somebody else's story. I'm not sure how legal that is, but it's time for chat Q&A. It's time for chat Q&A. Ask me what you want to ask me, y'all. Let's see what we can do today. Conversation with Soft Rain says she thinks she saw that one. I think you might have too. I mean, it's very, very seems to be very popular. I mean, in the meantime, while you guys figure out a question, let's watch another random video. Let's see who we got now. Let's see what we got now. What we got here? What she says. It's the first one that popped up.
An older woman came into my job today, asking for a cup of coffee. I said, absolutely, ma'am. Absolutely, ma'am. I would like nothing more than to serve you this coffee on this fine Sunday, ma'am.
Before we continue this story, hey, it is a whole lot of y'all in here watching me today. I don't know who y'all are, but thank you for showing up. I truly do appreciate it. Maybe you can hit the like button on your way up. That'd be nice whenever you guys get up out of here today. Make sure you hit the like button, share it, subscribe to it, because we're here just about every day. Just about, not every day, but just about every day. There are some limitations that we have in this life, and right now I'm getting ready for the Hall of Fame to go in and get inducted myself after so many years of doing this thing. So not every day, but almost every day. And thank you. Was not expecting that today.
Now she's asking for cream. I say, absolutely, ma'am. Let me know when. Let me know when, mama. Let me know when. I'm here with it. She says, okay, give me a tiny, teeny bit off to start off with. I said, I got you, girl. I got you. I go, doop, teeny tiny. Teeny tiny. This woman looks up at me. She smirks. She chuckles. You want to be here all day, sweetheart? You must not be. Excuse the fuck out of me? Excuse the fuck out of me? You said teeny. You said teeny tiny. You said, in fact, please give me a teeny tiny bit to start off with. And that's what the fuck I did. So I take a step back to reflect on my choices. Then I come back up to her and I say, I'm so sorry, ma'am. I'm so sorry. Here's some more cream. Boom, 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 boom! Sweetie, that's too much cream! I know. Oh, I know. Enjoy your coffee, bitch. An older woman.
Hey, I'm letting y'all know this right now. Gen Z is nuts. And not even just Gen Z. The cute ones be crazy. Crazy. They definitely need to click the like button. They definitely need to click the like button. Lurking. I don't know, but I'm here for it. I'm here for it, whatever. So, I mean, I don't know. Maybe while we got nobody asked me any questions yet, but since nobody asked me any questions, I'm just gonna go ahead and crash out real quick because it's Thursday and I still feel like being petty. So now you just found out. Now you just found out why Tez is the one. Why you just got Tez down. Tez down. I'm gonna come around a little bit later on after maybe I'll take you back to the dog park again with no leash because it was simple. It was easy. Come here, boy. This isn't personal. This is not personal at all. You asked for the other guy. He's right here. Don't worry. I'm going to put him back in his cage because he is not good for the public. So let me just hold on really quick. Welcome back to the Tez Down podcast. I am Tez24. This has been a good 24. Make sure you check out my constituents again. I will catch you in another 24 for Sports Unscripted, Culture Unfiltered. Yeah, so I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I mean, am I really sorry though? I don't know. What I do know is that I tried, and I keep on trying. It keeps coming back up. That every time I go back and read it, it comes back up again. Every time. I was trying to be nice. I was just trying to, I don't know, be gracious and have gratitude and, just be the guy that's just, a blessing to others. I was just trying to be that guy, but I feel like, I don't know, I just need to be somewhat petty today because, people just don't understand that, once you do this for so long, you just keep on finding ways to make people dislike you. And I mean, he told me to keep the humbleness. So I'm just keeping the humbleness down. You know what I mean? Like this is, I hate to have to do this to people. Like, dang, oh man, smells like winning in here. It smells like victory every single time I come into my office. I wonder why that could be. Anybody got an idea? Anybody got any clues? I don't know. You know what? We gonna forget about it, y'all. We gonna forget about it. Let's just make sure that whatever we do from here on out, we stay very mindful of the chat. We stay very mindful of the people that we're up against, and we make sure that we don't go around hurting people's feelings no more, or trying to hurt people's feelings, because that's not nice. That's not nice. And the reason that it's not very nice is pretty obvious. It's pretty obvious. What did I do to you? I didn't do nothing. All I did was wake up and play a sport that I like playing and winning stuff that I like winning. And then somebody decided they was going to talk the massive crap about this guy, not realizing that the nice dude is right here. Man, that's crusty. Look at that blangy blang blang. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying, like, that dude is here, but that dude's not here to stay. Oh, you're going to go at the bottom. I don't like that one that much. You know, that one will go at the bottom. We got favorites, y'all. We got favorites. Let's just put this back in the box. In today's episode of the Tez Down, we reviewed the craziness that's happening with the Mafia, the craziness that's going on with Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier and a bunch of other players that are going to be implicated soon. And from what the director of the FBI, Kash Patel, said, we visited gender roles and if they exist in a masculine, feminine, masculine relationship and how it works out. And now we found that he has another one. We also visited a story about an attorney who has women involved that cheated and allowed the boyfriend to be there. And then we had a crazy chick talk about some cream, and then we had a crash out over some fantasy football. So today is fantasy football week number 8. And it's good to see what's going to happen and who's going to win and everything like that. Today starts it. It's Thursday. So I can finally put to rest the one. The one's going to chill out until somebody makes him come back. And if you don't like it, don't ask for it. Because if you ask for him and you request him, all you got to do is look in the mirror and say his name 23 times. The one. The one. The one. And I'm going to show up right behind you like the Undertaker, waiting to make sure that I dig some holes and take some souls. Like I said, took you to the dog park with no leash. And I'll do it again. So, good luck to everybody that's going to be involved with any of the sports betting that's going on or fantasy sports. And hopefully you can win some money because they won a lot. This has been 24. I'm 24. This is Tez Down. I am Tez. And I will catch you in another 24 after we say the line. And that's sports unscripted, culture unfiltered. It was good seeing y'all. I hope to see y'all soon, especially those that I beat every week. Good night, y'all.